Heyo people! We got some super cool sounding new info this week on how they're going to be adjusting the Eidolon systems for Aura Kingdom Impact. I know last time my concerns about how people would feel about the Noct and Immunity Eidolon removal were unfounded, so now I'm interested in how people will feel about this new intel that I am excited about. Right up front, thank you to the Aura Kingdom Impact Discord members for sharing these blog posts about the new systems, and to Lind for the translations. Links to the websites I'm referencing will be in the description. If you want to join the official Discord, you can find the link on the Preregistry page. And speaking of Preregistry, they are doing a campaign for link sharing to get some bonuses for when we start. I will drop my link below in the pinned comment, and if you're planning to pre-register for the game anyway, I would really appreciate if you use my link. And it's actually a pretty nice pool of items for everyone who pre-registers, though I think it is a bit early to assume the items will have the same effects in the new game as they do in ours. Here's the list anyway. 1 Godly Paste Flash, a 30-day 30% move speed buff. 5 Nevian Noble Cuisine, a 3-hour stat and experience buff that does not deplete when offline and can be used with other normal food items. A Gaia armor set and weapon voucher, these level up with you to level 40, 1 Serena Key of Gaia, which is a free Eidolon of course, and a special panel of LanLan Cat, which they are doing a collaboration with for the release. Panels are custom backplates for your character info that other players can see when you join the party. So, about that cat. It seems this is the collab character they were talking about last time. I'm not familiar with LanLan Cat, he looks pretty cute, and it seems to be a line sticker character based on the website. When pre-registration reaches 500,000 players, it will hand out a LanLan Cat pet item, and based on the video from the blog post, if that's the pet, it's a big boy. Maybe it's a contract, not a pet? Anyway, here's final notes about the new game goodies. The Veteran Gift Pack doesn't have a way to register for it. It's just a title and 5,000 LP. I suspect these will be emailed to players who have current accounts with X-Legend for Aura Kingdom, so I suggest making sure you are receiving promotional emails to make sure you get those. And then we have the pre-registry milestones. The fact that an anima is present means I was incorrect when I mused last time about what they meant by gear being removed, at least as far as anima go. The wish coins are an item you can use in lieu of the actual items that are needed for the Eidolon wishes, so wishes will probably still exist. The amount is, this one, and the 1 million reward is Alucard's key and this costume for him. Is 1 million a little ambitious? Maybe, but not being able to make 1 million is also a bad portent. Okay, with the freebies out of the way, let's look at those systems. First up, Eidolon Resonance system. You select 5 main Eidolons and level them, then your other Eidolons' levels will increase via resonance. We have some screenshots from the blog post with translations from Lind, so let's take a closer look and make some more guesses. Right, so we have these 5 fancy slots. These are going to be the main Eidolons which you need to level up. Here they are fed up to level 60. Then it seems like it takes the average of these 5's level to give us the resonance level, and then you have the slots at the bottom where you can add Eidolons you want to resonate up to that level. On the right side you see 4 more level 25 Eidolons in the storage that are not resonating. If you want to change your main Eidolons, I suspect you will need to feed from scratch again. And based on this screenshot, it looks like there are 20 resonance slots. I think it's likely we will have 20 to start and can unlock more over time with items. 25 active use Eidolons seems like more than you need, but if the next system we're going to talk about needs leveled Eidolons, 20 may not even be enough. There's a few more things we see here. The buttons at the bottom say add or remove from resonance, and also a clear cooldown button, which suggests there may be a limit on how often you can move Eidolons in or out of the party or residence. And at the top, the third tab is the archive tab, so there is still something there, but it remains to be seen how they're going to adjust it. The next new system is the Edolon Infusion. This one is pretty exciting, as it looks like it adds a massive level of customization to your skills. By assigning Eidolons to infuse your skills with, you'll be able to buff the skills, change their AoEs, or add different effects. From the screenshot, it looks like you can add 2 Eidolons to each skill. I love this. I have 140 Eidolons, and most are just sitting pretty in storage, so being able to actually use a bunch for something other than archive would be awesome. However, based on the way the UI looks, it appears that adding infusions to skills may lock them out of being actively used in a party, so this is a system that rewards a large pool. If they keep the current rates for the old Eidolons, even free-to-play players will be able to quickly build up a decent amount of the less fancy ones, but I think they will also probably have weaker effects than the non-spawn. Without even looking at a translation, it also looks like you will need to increase your weapon mastery level to add more Eidolon infusions. They have 1 point from each side, and only the 1 and 2 point slots are open. And with that scroll bar on the right side, it looks like most, if not all of your skills will have slots. And same as the other one, thanks to Lynn's translation, we can glean a little bit more. The skills menu has this Infusion tab, the normal Weapon Mastery tab, and a new one called Weapon Gemstones. I think it would be nice if this was a revision to the Weapons Secret Stone system, so you won't need to farm them for every class you want to play, but we'll have to wait and see. They already alluded to this new system in the Steam notes before, so I guess we're waiting for what seems to be a weekly news dump to tell us more. And just, again, one more big-time shout-out to Lind. They provided even more detailed translations of some of the stuff in the screenshots in the Discord, and did some speculation on stuff including about what effects those Eidolons had on skills. I do recommend joining the Discord if you're interested in more info, as I'm not going to go any further into detail in this video. So, as I do, I'm going to finish off with an opinion bit. I like the idea of all these Eidolon companions being useful outside of just active party and passive archive, but what worries me is that if you need the Eidolons to be leveled up to make use of them in Infusion, then those Eidolons will be eating up your resonance slots. So if you have like 9 skills, 5 main Eidolons and 20 resonance slots, then that's most of them used on one main class, plus a couple left for field use. If your subclass needs some, it might not even be enough. Based on there being a remove all button, it seems like infused Eidolons will stick with the class you put them on when you swap, so if you actually want to make use of swapping classes consistently, you'll either need a bespoke set for each class or to swap them around every time you change. And then, even if the archive system is reworked, you're still going to need a heck ton of Eidolon to be competitive. On the other hand, I love how this opens the door to a massive amount of customization. Area of effect modifiers, and being able to add it to any skill, any class freely? That would completely revitalize classes that currently suffer from having miserable area of effect and can't gather properly in dungeons, even if they don't change the basic gist of the skills, which I still think they will for some. Basically, I have apprehensions, but I'm pretty pumped. Potential upsides and downsides are just making me so excited to see them in action. Anyway, one last speculation before we go. They're running a giveaway on the Facebook page in 3 phases, with entries until June 1st. I'm not going to say we should expect the game June 1st, but I'm willing to speculate we won't see it before June 1st. And that's probably it for this week. It seems like we kind of have a schedule for new info now, so I'm guessing the next Impact update will be next week. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.